a G, call up Lil' Fee, he do it for free. That bitch on the T, we keep it discreet. I shook off them rats and got me some cheese.
What's up, YouTube? This your girl off the lid, and I'm back with another video. And let me calm down because I'm just too country to even talk right now, bro. Hope y'all can understand my countryness. But as you guys see by the title, we have hey, how many passes does Ishowspeed get? How many? Cause as you guys, you all y'all should know who is Ishowspeed. If you don't know who Ishowspeed is, you must be living under a pebble or something. You living under something, because he's like one of the top black YouTubers, streamer, you feel me, that's out here, bro. But we have, how many chances he get? Because he do crazy wild stuff. He's a wild kid. And in his thumbnail he got here, I guess he's talking to somebody Asian, and the caption on the thumbnail say Ching Chong. Ching Chong. Come on now. I ain't gonna lie. I had a friend in college, and I think she was Vietnamese, Asian, bro. And I used to call her Ching Ching. I used to call her Ching Ching, bro. Just don't know how ignorant that was. But that was my friend. She didn't say nothing, but just thinking back when I used to call her that, like, dang, how ignorant that was. Like, crazy. But my bad if she ever see this, I don't know. I'm sorry for calling you that, because I didn't know no better, which I should have. But that's crazy. So we finna see how many chances. What is this video about? Because my boy Speed, he wild. Before I get this video started, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on me. Hit that post notification bell, so you know whenever I post a video. You feel me? Got the fun going in the back. So everybody, hope y'all relax, get comfortable, and let's get into this video. Like this video, let YouTube know that I'm back doing reaction. I'm back posting. Just like it for me. But let's get it.
Bro, and come back. Why you got on Argentina, bro? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Konnichiwa, Argentina. Chinese, no konnichiwa. Fine.
What?
So for those who don't know, yo, Speed is back in the news for saying some crazy stuff. Some people saying it's racist. Let's hear him out for a second.
Words. People are saying I'm being racist to an Asian guy. You know, and I just wanted to say some things, you know. I wasn't being racist to him, I promise you, you know. I seen him, I thought he was, you know, when I thought he was Japanese, so I said konnichiwa. I watch a lot of anime. I said konnichiwa when I thought he was Chinese, you know. I tried to say a nickname that they call me in Chinese. I literally was just talking to a Chinese person earlier today.
Bro, you cannot do that.
And they said they love me, and I love Chinese people, so I try to say Zhong Kong, like Tong Kong, like it's a nickname that they call me in China. I promise you, you know, and if it came off as racist, I promise you, I did not mean it that way. You know, I got adrenaline pushing. I'm making content, live streaming. I'm at the World Cup, watching Ronaldo play, adrenaline pushing. I seen him with an Argentina shirt. You know, I just wanted to say what's up to him. You know, I love other races. You know, I really did not come off as, I didn't really mean to come off.
So all right. The reason why a lot of people are upset at it is because how aggressively he said it.
But think about why he said it aggressively. He's a known Ronaldo dick sucker, but he's a known Messi hater. Niggas wearing Argentina blue.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, that'd be like if you Ronaldo? Have Speed ever met Ronaldo yet? Cause I've been watching his streams. He's been looking for Ronaldo, and he haven't found Ronaldo. I hope he found Ronaldo and met him.
LeBron jersey at a Raptors game. I'd be like, man, get that bullshit up out of here. I love LeBron James, but just not right now.
But what would you say to me?
I say, hey man, get the fuck back to your country, boy.
To what? What? Agent.
Oh, no way. You just said that. That's crazy. And I'm supposed to say LeBron jersey. That's why I got that. Hey, I should not have won a LeBron jersey. I should have known I was being told to get back to my country. You got every right to do that, man. I know the LeBron stuff going on.
Now, look, in sports environments, sometimes the fans get heated. They don't need to be that passionate. Well, you think he just made that up? It's possible.
He's drinking that Sour Patch. Energy drink.
You know what? I'm split on this.
Come on.
You know what? Can I share?
I'm split on it because he's 17, nigga.
Yeah.
He's a child.
Okay.
That's why.
I think the thing about the Speed situation is that a lot of times in America,
Speed
niggas
is
get
young.
offended on the behalf of other people before those people get offended.
Oh,
That
for
guy
sure,
was
for
fine.
sure.
Do you remember a couple years ago in the NBA draft, there was an African guy with his family wearing their African attire. I forgot what country it was. It's probably West African. I don't know.
Yeah, like he ain't get offended, you feel me? It looked like he didn't care, you feel me? He just blocked Speed out. But I know other people got offended, bro.
All the NBA players go West Africa.
Okay.
And he happened to have a white girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The white girlfriend was with his African family,
Yeah.
also wearing their attire.
Yeah.
And Americans got upset at the girlfriend, like, that's cultural appropriation. I'm like, yo, she's that nigga's boyfriend.
Yeah,
or wife, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, yo, bro, y'all quick to get offended before he even gets offended. That guy definitely could have turned up on him if he was offended by what he's seen. But, like, the same way sometimes people assume on Somali, hopefully they don't try and, like, fucking do the fuck Speed did. People sometimes might assume on Somali or, like, Kenyan or Tanzanian or just nearby countries, or Eritrean, but I'm Ethiopian. But it's difficult to tell the difference unless you're from the region or you're around people from that region a lot.
Yeah.
So I grew up around an area that was majority Chinese. So when I see people that are Chinese, I'm like, this is obviously not a Japanese guy. And you could be wrong. It's just, you're guessing. They could be South Korean for all you fucking know.
Yeah.
So Speed guessed wrong.
Vietnamese,
and he was in the
could be
moment
anything.
angry at a guy wearing a jersey. That's his ops, right?
Yeah.
And so I just think I would probably be bothered by it if that nigga was bothered by it. But he was not bothered by it. So on a serious note, although sometimes this shit can't.
Shit, like I said earlier when I used to call my friend in college ching, ching, ching. Like, she wasn't offended by it, bro. Because she know I did not mean that with no bad intentions. I wasn't being racist, you feel me? Like, so it was good. But just, just to think about that was like kind of bad to be doing it.
Can be funny. They're right. If someone says something hateful to Asian people, not many people come in defense of them. If someone says something hateful to black people, a lot of people come in defense of them.
And some people say hateful things about Jewish people.
And
a lot of people. And you'll lose sponsorships. And you might get kicked out of the league.
Okay, Kanye.
the point is, they're right. Asian hate
Kyrie.
is more normalized and should definitely be taken more seriously. I just don't. The guy in the video himself didn't interpret.
Yeah, for sure. I get that.
It's possible he was just very nervous
Yeah.
and didn't want to say nothing. But, like, assuming he didn't have a negative reaction to it, in fact, he tried to educate him. He's like, no, not even Japanese, Chinese. It's just proof that he was like, oh, no, you just got it wrong, bro. I don't think he took offense to it.
Yeah.
Now, other people are taking offense to it. Maybe other Asian people in America or other places in the world are taking offense to it. And it's probably because, I don't know, it's a good question. I guess if you're offended by it, like, you should try and be sensitive to other people's...
Do you get offended by it? Do you get offended by it if somebody mischaracterized you because you're different parts of Africa?
Nah, there's plenty of people that say, like, wild shit about, like, like me or any...
No, when somebody, like, say you're Nigerian, like, you get offended, like...
Nah, like, even sometimes, like, if I say A ever in a sentence, people go like, oh, he said A, the Canadian said A. But I don't say it that much. But every once in a while I say it, and they just assume that's... Exactly, I never say it. But when I do, everyone makes sure to bring it up, because they just think that's such a Canadian thing. But I never
you
really...
get offended?
No, I'm just like, duh, I don't know many Canadians that do that. Maybe, like, if you go to other parts of Canada, it's more common, I'm not sure. But anyway, point is, like, I experienced a lot of
What
racism.
would you do, though?
I experienced a lot of racism growing up from people that were genuinely mean-spirited, where they thought that I was dangerous or risky because of the color of my skin.
That's fair. I don't think he was
So when it's mean-spirited, like when I see you vacate the sidewalk and I'm just walking, and then when I leave the sidewalk, you come back, you think I'm a risk. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change those people's minds. They're strangers.
For sure.
But when it's...
Like, bro, if somebody do that, like, bro, like, when people do that, even like when you go to your car, like it's a car parked next to you, and that person get out, or let's just say, bro, that person mother freaking get out the car, you feel me? They lock their car, and then they see you get out, and they see you, and so they keep, you feel me, pressing that button, locking their car. Like, what you do that for? Like, you already locked it. But when I get out and you see me, you want to keep pressing it like you. Like, why? That's racist. That's racist to me. Like, what you doing that for?
Mean Spirited, I'm slightly offended by it, but I just overlook it because there's no point of me.
And you don't think he was being mean spirited?
No, he just.
Now let's see this next clip. You think he was mean spirited? This one?
Maybe, I don't know. That first clip, that was one thing, but the second clip might do him in. We'll see.
Indian? Oh, Aditi miti ago dubi dipita. Adil.
Let me get him. That's what I'm saying. Come on, bro.
What?
I heard you out.
Are you
Bro.
offended by it?
I'm not Indian, so I'm not.
So you're not offended
I'm
by
not
it?
offended by it, but I understand why people are like.
What?
They didn't look offended by it. Maybe they were, but they didn't look it.
So if a white person calls a black person a hard R, but that black person is offended,
It's not the same thing as someone reciting some Indian song.
if somebody was like, hey,
This
that
speed
watermelon
really
fried
do
chicken,
that voice like that,
wouldn't
bro.
be good, ain't it, boy?
If it's mean spirited, I'd be offended.
No, just mocking it, just like he's mocking it.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
he
lie.
mocking
I have friends
it.
that are black. They be saying wild shit.
Everybody in the chat is looking like, is it his friend?
Nah, but it's when you're with your friends.
But that's a friend.
Not
we're
mocking
okay,
the
stranger.
Indian like
So if somebody
that.
came up to you, right, and you're as a fan, and like, oh, Asian, you're black, right? Like that watermelon, huh? Like that watermelon, you got sorry at Popeyes, you ate all that chicken, didn't you?
If in all honesty, I'd probably just ignore it and pretend it wasn't said.
But
Because I know
But
what
you
they
don't
would
understand
probably
why-
be going for as a reaction.
exactly, but you
I would probably be
why-
annoyed, but not offended.
But you understand why it would come
Annoyed.
across.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't understand it.
I just
I just think one of these
can't
people would
believe
come
he
out and be
did
like,
that.
that shit was genuinely offensive. I'd be like, okay, all right.
I get that, but what I'm saying is I think what many people are trying to do is acknowledge that not only his influence, but also as you continue to grow older, like there's certain things that you should just pull aside and
So
be
that's
like,
a good
hey,
point.
yo, let's chill out for a second.
Yeah.
I think
even as
that's
you get older, like
That's the bigger thing to me. Speed's actual actions in a vacuum, in that specific instance or in the previous one, or
Oh,
like,
so-
Speed get older, he gonna realize. He gonna realize it.
Blonde.
Like as Speed get older, he gonna realize like, bro, what was I thinking? He gonna realize it for real.
Hey, Muhammad. What's up, Muhammad? Abdul. Oh, surname is. Oh, India. Yes. Ardigi. Aditi ako dupi dupi titita. Zubi dupi kapata pachapati.
come on.
man, that's crazy.
Come on, that's what
Why?
I'm saying. Come on.
That's crazy.
Come on.
I don't think
Nah.
that
Coming up to me as a black person, if I'm a Korean, they're like, Kobe? My berry. My berry. Come on, like, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah,
Bruh, nah.
the actual Muhammad Power is whatever, because that is the most popular name on the planet. Honestly, I can
Just ask him.
But right, but
name,
everything
bro.
past that, the dingy dingy ding, and that's like,
No,
yeah, come on.
he
Nah.
his name. Why are you assuming
He sound
his
like
name?
that.
Just ask-
My boy Speed sound like that crazy frog. If y'all don't know what that crazy frog, you too young to know. Y'all know that crazy. Leave down below in the comments if you know what the crazy frog is.
Yo, what's your name?
What Speed's trying to do?
Come on, nigga.
I'm
Come
not
on.
defending him on this one. I think what he's trying to do is just be funny to his audience. But the point I was going to make previously was, in a vacuum, these instances are largely irrelevant. I think there's actual mean-spirited versions of hate genuinely could disadvantage people
That's
that are
crazy.
worth taking a look at. I think the
should
bigger
never did
negative
that.
here is if his audience in mass begins treating other people of other cultures like this, then that's an actual problem. Because it's like, if you're anyone that's not the majority, you're just going to experience like weird stuff like this
Yeah.
often. And that would make life a little bit more difficult to get. You would make your day more difficult to get through.
For sure.
So that's what I would argue is the biggest negative here. I get doing shit for content. I'm a content creator. I know what people, and I know people who've crossed the line trying to get content. And you could argue this is either a gray area or he crossed the line on any one of these. And you could talk to the individual people or talk about the situation in a vacuum. But the real negative is just if his obviously young audience begins all doing this.
Yeah.
That would be annoying. To all those people, if it happens once in a while, I'm sure they won't mind. But on the fucking 10th time that day of a nigga making a fucking joke about a Bollywood song, you'd be like, all right, bro, shut the fuck up. So
Yeah.
I think that's really the harm.
If an Asian person came over here and was like, just in Atlanta, you're like, Kobe? Oh, Jermaine? No?
Tyrone?
Tyrone, all right. And you start beatboxing some crazy, like the most
That'd be
black
wild.
shit, bro. I'm like, all right, bro, you got it, bro. There's a bunch of people also. I think that's the biggest problem.
That's
because,
wild.
By far.
have you seen like some of the clips of like these people who follow? They actually follow him and they like approach him and be like, "Hey, yo, brother, you have a lot of influence, and you need to be teaching the word of God." Like they actually put their stuff on the speed and stuff like that, and he has to like turn that down. So he gets that all the time. I think a lot of people are more upset about the influence. I agree. Like you shouldn't be more offended offended than the actual people that you believe the offense was towards. I understand that. But I think the impact of him just doing this willy-nilly and almost normalizing that type of
millions of followers
and knowing that there's a bunch of children that's watching his stuff and
children
the most
that,
influential group of people on this platform, there's definitely long-lasting effects that could occur, and people ignoring it is kind of OD. Also, the argument of him being young and a child, like he's 17, he knows what he's doing. Like, he knows what he's doing. KSI also said the same thing. He was like, yeah, back when I was making those crazy, edgy jokes about, something heinous, he knew that they were crazy at the time, and he immediately regrets them. In a moment, it makes sense. Not immediately. Let me tell that, not immediately, but later on, it's like, he looked back and he's like, I was doing wrong.
But here's the problem with that, though. And this is not in a defense to anyone that does things that are actually offensive to anybody. Mm-hmm. But y'all not seeing what's happening? The content creators are being incentivized to be more extreme. Like, think about the podcasts that are the most extreme. They're talked about. These types of moments, they're talked about. It keeps him relevant. It keeps people in the conversation to him. And as long as his fans don't give a fuck, it's just more people talking about him. And in the midst of all the people talking about him, a few people is going to find it funny enough to give him a chance.
This video almost over. We're going to stop it right there, y'all. That was how many passes the speed gonna get, because he do be doing some crazy stuff. Like, he do wild stuff. But there you have it, YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos of me. Hit that post notification bell.